Let's be honest, when you hear Los Angeles Lakers, you immediately think of greatness. Legends like Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Shaquille O'Neal, Kobe Bryant, and now LeBron James have all worn the purple and gold. The Lakers aren't just a basketball team, they're a global brand, a symbol of showtime, success, and superstar power. Leave your like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any updates. But behind all the glitz and glamour, the franchise has faced serious limitations, and they all start at the very top. For nearly 5 decades, the Lakers have been under the control of the Buss family. Jerry Buss bought the team back in 1979 for just $67.5 million, a move that changed NBA history. Under his leadership, the Lakers dominated the 80s, revived the league's popularity, and created one of the most iconic dynasties in sports. But here's the thing. The NBA today isn't the NBA of 1979. Back then, it made sense to run a team like a family business. But in 2025, that model is outdated. Most franchises today are backed by tech billionaires and hedge fund moguls with unlimited capital and elite business networks. These owners aren't just passionate, they're strategic. They don't just want to win titles, they want to dominate markets, innovate operations, and expand their reach across the globe. And until now, the Lakers have been one of the few exceptions. Despite being one of the most valuable franchises in all of sports, the Lakers have continued to operate the old-fashioned way, funding everything through team revenue. No outside money. No external investors. Just the brand, the fans, and the product on the court. Now, that's about to change. According to multiple reports, the Buss family has sold the team to none other than Mark Walter, the chairman of the Los Angeles Dodgers, in a stunning $10 billion deal. That's right, $10 billion. And make no mistake, this isn't just a transaction. This is a turning point. Jeannie Buss will reportedly remain in her role as governor, but with Walter at the top, the entire structure of the Lakers could evolve fast. Walter isn't new to this game. He took over the Dodgers in 2012 and turned them into a global force. Under his leadership, the Dodgers have reached the playoffs every single year and brought home 2 World Series championships. He's grown the brand internationally, especially in Japan, and built one of the most successful sports operations in North America. But that's not all. Walter is also involved in a number of other elite-level sports ventures. He's a part owner of the Los Angeles Sparks in the WNBA. He's invested in Chelsea Football Club, one of the biggest teams in the English Premier League. He has ownership in the Professional Women's Hockey League. And yes, he's even got a stake in the Cadillac Formula One team. This man understands modern sports business. He knows how to scale, how to brand, how to invest, and how to win. And NBA insiders are already buzzing. One league source told ESPN, "This is a good move. The Lakers can finally be run like a real business." Let that sink in. One of the most iconic teams in sports history, finally about to be run like a modern franchise. If you want to see what that kind of transformation looks like, just look across town. Steve Ballmer, the former CEO of Microsoft, bought the Clippers back in 2014 for $2 billion. Now, the Clippers didn't suddenly become a championship juggernaut. But what they did do was revolutionize the business side. Ballmer built a state-of-the-art training facility, turned the Clippers into a branding machine, and is now preparing to move the team into the Intuit Dome, a $2 billion basketball-only arena that will rival any venue in the league. Now imagine what that level of infrastructure, innovation, and investment could do for a team that already has 17 titles and fans all over the globe. That's what the Lakers are stepping into with Mark Walter. It's not just about spending money. It's about unlocking the full potential of one of the most powerful brands in sports. Expanding internationally. Building better facilities. Investing in analytics. Attracting top talent not just on the court, but in the front office, in marketing, in player development, everywhere. And this shift couldn't come at a more crucial time. The Lakers have faced heavy criticism in recent years, for questionable front office decisions, for failing to capitalize on the LeBron window, and for lacking the kind of infrastructure that's become standard among top-tier franchises. Even with a massive 20-year, $3 billion TV deal with Spectrum Sportsnet, insiders say the team has struggled to keep pace with better-resourced competitors. But now, that may be over. With Mark Walter's leadership, the Lakers have a chance to re-establish themselves not just as a legendary basketball team, but as a model of 21st-century sports business. The NBA is entering a new era, global, data-driven, and dominated by owners who think like CEOs of Fortune 500 companies. And now, the Lakers are finally joining that race. This move could redefine the franchise's future. It could unlock a new level of competitiveness, both on and off the court. And if everything clicks, if Walter brings the same success he had with the Dodgers, we might be witnessing the start of a brand new dynasty in Los Angeles. So here's the big question. Is this the moment the Lakers stop looking back at their glory days and start building the next era of greatness? Only time will tell, but one thing is clear, the game has changed. And the Lakers are finally playing by the new rules. Luka and LeBron are the two pillars of the Lakers' future, arguably two of the best offensive talents in the NBA today. But despite having such star power, Lakers fans have often criticized the team's front office for not investing enough to build a championship-caliber roster around them. While the Lakers have occasionally dipped into the luxury tax, they've never fully embraced the kind of aggressive spending that teams like the Golden State Warriors or Boston Celtics have demonstrated in recent years. That could all change now. Mark Walter's ownership of the Dodgers is a prime example of what happens when a wealthy and ambitious owner commits fully. Since taking over the Dodgers in 2012, Walter has overseen a massive transformation. The Dodgers have become perennial playoff contenders, won multiple World Series titles, and grown into a global brand, especially expanding their reach in international markets like Japan. For Luka and LeBron, Walter's willingness to spend big money to upgrade the roster could be a game-changer. Luka, in particular, stands to benefit for years to come, as he's expected to be the Lakers' cornerstone for the next decade. LeBron, while in the later stage of his career, still has a window for championship contention, and a deeper, more talented supporting cast could prolong his prime. But with any major ownership change, there are inevitable losers, and one name comes to mind immediately: Rob Pelinka. Pelinka's tenure as the Lakers' general manager has been met with mixed reactions. On one hand, he orchestrated one of the most shocking trades in recent NBA history, acquiring Luka Doncic in a deal that shook the league. On the other hand, many fans are frustrated with how the roster has been constructed outside of that blockbuster move, pointing to questionable signings and an overall lack of depth. Mark Walter's track record with the Dodgers shows that he is not shy about making sweeping leadership changes if he believes they will push the team closer to championships. He famously replaced top decision-makers when he took over the Dodgers to build a winning culture. This has led to speculation that Pelinka's future with the Lakers might be uncertain under Walter's watch. But it's not all doom and gloom for everyone connected to the Lakers' front office. Jeannie Buss, who has served as the team's governor and has been deeply involved in the organization for years, appears to be one of the clear winners in this deal. Not only did Jeannie Buss help facilitate the sale for an unprecedented $10 billion, the highest price ever paid for a sports franchise, but she also retains her position as governor. While it remains unclear exactly how long she will hold this role, for now, she maintains significant influence over basketball operations and the overall direction of the franchise. In this way, Jeannie Buss manages to strike a balance, cashing in on the historic sale while staying involved in the team's future. For a family that has owned the Lakers for nearly half a century, that's a rare and valuable outcome. Of course, not everyone comes away happy from this massive deal. A notable loser in this scenario could be W.Y.C. Grousbeck, the principal owner of the Boston Celtics. The Celtics were the last NBA franchise to change hands, selling for a reported $6 billion. Given that the Celtics and Lakers are widely regarded as the two most valuable teams in the league, and arguably two of the most storied franchises in all of sports, there is a staggering difference in their valuations. Grousbeck, no doubt, must be kicking himself for not securing a price closer to what the Lakers commanded. The gap of nearly $4 billion is significant, highlighting how much the Lakers' brand, market, and ownership structure influenced their sky-high valuation. This discrepancy could reshape perceptions about franchise values across the NBA and may impact future ownership decisions for other teams. So, what does all this mean for the future of the Lakers? With Mark Walter at the helm, the franchise is poised for transformation. Walter's resources and business acumen signal a potential shift toward more aggressive spending, innovative operations, and a heightened focus on building a sustainable championship contender. This could include upgrading the roster around Luka and LeBron, investing in state-of-the-art facilities, expanding international branding efforts, and modernizing the front office. The stakes are high. Lakers fans have waited years for a return to championship glory, and the pressure on Walter, Buss, Pelinka, and the entire organization will be intense. The sale represents both an ending and a beginning, the close of the Buss family era and the dawn of a new chapter under a billionaire owner with a proven track record of success. In the end, the winners and losers from this deal will be defined not just by the sale price, but by what happens next, how this franchise adapts, evolves, and competes at the highest level. One thing is clear, the Lakers story is far from over. In fact, with Mark Walter leading the way, the best might still be yet to come. There's no question anymore. The Los Angeles Lakers are going to make a move for a center this offseason. That's not speculation. That's reality. What everyone's waiting to find out is, who's it going to be? Following their disappointing first-round playoff exit to the Minnesota Timberwolves, it's clear this roster needs reinforcement in the paint. A strong, reliable presence at the five who can defend, finish, and elevate the team's ceiling on both ends of the court. And according to Lakers insider Anthony Irwin from Clutch Points, the front office is already working behind the scenes, mapping out potential deals and free agency options to upgrade that position. So, let's take a look at who's on the radar. Several names have been heavily linked to the Lakers, names that fans have heard more than once. Nick Claxton from the Brooklyn Nets. Robert Williams III from Portland. Walker Kessler from Utah. Clint Capella from the Atlanta Hawks. And Brook Lopez from the Milwaukee Bucks. Some are younger and offer long-term upside. Others bring championship experience and veteran savvy. But all of them fill a critical need: rim protection, rebounding, and the ability to make life easier for superstars Luka Doncic and LeBron James. Let's start with the most talked-about names, Nick Claxton and Walker Kessler. Claxton is just 25 years old and already viewed as one of the most mobile and versatile defensive centers in the league. He's an athletic freak, capable of switching out onto guards, recovering quickly, and running the floor like a forward. His energy, length, and lateral quickness make him a nightmare in pick-and-roll defense, something the Lakers desperately need. Then there's Kessler, a 7-footer with elite shot-blocking instincts. In just his second NBA season, he's already earned a reputation as one of the best rim protectors in basketball. He's efficient, physical, and still has room to grow. He may not switch as easily as Claxton, but what he lacks in mobility, he makes up for with elite timing and interior presence. But here's the reality: both players would require serious assets to acquire. We're talking about a likely trade package involving one of LA's promising young talents, almost certainly Dalton Connect, and additional draft picks. It wouldn't be cheap. But for the Lakers, it may be worth it. Now let's talk about Robert Williams III, a player with undeniable talent but a troubling injury history. When healthy, Williams is one of the most dynamic defensive bigs in the league. He can block shots, switch on to perimeter players, and finish with authority. The problem? He's played just 61 games over the past 3 seasons. That makes him a gamble, high reward, but also high risk. On the plus side, he'd likely come cheaper than Claxton or Kessler because of that history. Clint Capella offers a different kind of option. At 30 years old, he's more experienced, has been deep in the playoffs, and is a proven rebounder and rim protector. He doesn't stretch the floor, but he's reliable in the paint and brings toughness on the boards. However, Capella has also dealt with injuries in recent years, and his game may be starting to decline slightly with age. And then there's Brook Lopez, the most seasoned name on the list. Turning 38 in April, Lopez remains one of the best examples of how a big man can evolve in today's NBA. He protects the rim, spaces the floor with his three-point shooting, and brings championship experience. But let's be honest, his mobility is limited. Of all the options, he's the least athletic and may not fit in a system that needs quick defensive rotations and switch-heavy schemes. According to Anthony Irwin, the Lakers are focusing their attention primarily on Claxton, Williams III, and Kessler as starting center options through the trade market. At the same time, they're keeping an eye on Capella and Lopez as potential veterans who could back up whoever ends up in the starting role. But this is about more than just plugging a hole. The Lakers are looking for a player who can help maximize the remaining window of LeBron James, and now Luka Doncic. The duo gives Los Angeles 2 of the most gifted offensive players in the league, but neither is known for anchoring a defense. That's where this new center comes in. They need someone who can clean up on the glass, rotate quickly on help defense, protect the rim, and run in transition. Someone who doesn't need the ball to be effective, but can still finish strong when the opportunity comes. And timing is everything. With the league rapidly evolving and bigs like Rudy Gobert, Victor Wembanyama, and Anthony Davis, now on another team, dominating in different ways, the Lakers must keep up, or risk falling behind in a loaded Western Conference. This isn't just about talent. It's about fit. The right center could be the difference between a second-round exit and a serious championship push. And while Lakers fans are still buzzing about the team's blockbuster moves, including the Doncic trade, they know that without a strong presence in the middle, everything else could fall short. So now, the pressure shifts to Rob Pelinka and the front office. Will they swing big and bring in a rising star like Claxton or Kessler? Will they take a calculated risk on Robert Williams? Or will they lean on experience and go with someone like Capella or Lopez? One thing is certain, the Lakers can't afford to get this decision wrong. Because when you have LeBron and Luka on your roster, every move matters. Every piece counts. And this summer, all eyes are on the center. The question is no longer will the Lakers make a move. It's who they believe is worth going all in for.